Hello and welcome back to Stop and Go F1. My goodness, what a week we have had. It's quite nice to see us come here on a day with a video which I knew was planned to happen because we've known for a while today is the day of the Haas launch. Now, there might have been a little bit of news this week which may have overshadowed the Haas launch ever so slightly, but nonetheless, the Haas is here. And you know what else is here? My little scrap of paper full of notes. You know, the F1 season is back when I have a little scrap of paper with my notes on it because we had the Haas launch. Now, Haas famously don't like big launches. They like to wait until everyone else has announced their date and put their date a few days before the first one, and then they just kind of normally release an image on Twitter and that's it. Now, McLaren have jumped them this year because McLaren did that shock livery unveiling, so Haas couldn't go first. And then today, on their YouTube channel, they uploaded a premiere to go off at 2 o'clock here UK time. And I thought, my goodness, are Haas actually going to put on a proper show to launch their livery? So I turned the notifications on for the premiere, and then at 2 o'clock I sat down, it popped up, do you want to watch the Haas launch? I went, of course I want to watch the Haas launch. So I clicked it, and then a load of numbers, random numbers and shapes came up on the screen, just in my face for a little bit, and that happened for about 2 minutes. And then the premiere ended and I didn't see the car. Now, I don't know if I've done something wrong or if it's happened to everyone. So let me know if you shared the experience of the Haas launch that I did. But that's what happened to me. And then I looked again on the Haas YouTube channel. They uploaded a proper video of the car being launched. It's a little kind of computer graphic thing of a car in a vault getting unlocked and pushed up, and then little shots and stuff of it. So without further ado, let's just show you it, because here you are. This is what it looks like. If you're on the YouTube, we've got the car on the screen here, and I must say, I like it. It's a good looking car. It is a evolution of the livery that we saw last year. And what I would say is what this car has done is basically last year's Haas, but massively, massively on a diet. We've lost a lot of the white and replaced it with the black. And I would suspect that the black is not black paint. So what we can see from this image here is I think all this bodywork here is exposed carbon. You can see a close-up. 1 second, let me see if I can find it. Where's the close-up? There you go. So this is the close-up of the engine cover with the MoneyGram logo on it. And you can see right there, even though, of course, this is a computer rendering, this isn't the actual car, so who knows what might differ when we see the car itself, but I do think the things they're showing here as carbon will be carbon. So basically, this entire engine panel here, going down into the side pods as well, is exposed carbon. It looks like the black on the nose is actually paint. But again, who knows? It might turn up and it not be actual paint. Where's the top-down view? There you go. So if you look at the top-down view, you can see how little of this car is actually painted. We have a little bit of the white around the cockpit, a few lines going down the top of the side pod, the logo itself, and then a little bit on the front and rear wing. There is very little actual paint on this car at all. I think what they've actually done a very good job of is making it look so designed with very little paint. You look at it and you don't think there's no paint on that, because I think it's been very well designed to make it look like there's lots when there actually isn't. In terms of sponsors, just a couple new sponsors on it. So firstly, the American flag, that's in a new sponsor position. Now that used to be on the side. I think it was here or down here somewhere. There used to be an American flag, but they've moved it now. Now there's just a blank space there. Taylor Swift could go there, blank space. Oh, God. So the American flag is here. So America is sponsoring Haas this year. So congratulations to America. And also, Play and Go. That's a new sponsorship for the Haas. I think it's the only new sponsorship that they have going into this year. I wasn't aware of what Play and Go was, so I looked it up. They are an online slots and casino company, so they sound like real great people. So there they are there on the front nose of the Haas. Now, as I'm looking at this car here, obviously what my eyes are drawn to is this huge side pod here. Because firstly, the Haas logo itself sits a bit differently on this car as it has the previous car. I think they made the Haas logo itself bigger, but I think they've also made the side pod smaller. Because Haas famously have always followed the Ferrari concept since these new regulations have come in, with those big side pods on them. Whereas I think this year's car seems to be going down more of the Red Bull route, with the small inlet there, then cut under and cut above. So it appears to me that I think that Haas are moving away from the Ferrari concept and going towards the Red Bull concept, as many others on the grid have, which would go directly against what Gene Haas has been saying over the last few weeks of Haas and their special relationship with Red Bull. Unless, of course, Ferrari have also gone to the Red Bull concept. We'll have to see in a couple of weeks to see if that is the case. As we just have a look at this car here, I do like it. I don't think it's like a 10 out of 10 or anything. I think they've done very well with very little paint. But I think it's a solid look for Haas. It's a good one. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Thumbs up for Haas there. What is also interesting is alongside this, there was an interview that came out with Ao Komatsu, the new team principal of Haas, and the big quote that everyone's taking from this is this. He said, "Out of the gates in Bahrain, we're going to be towards the back, if not last. And if that doesn't bring you confidence for this team, I don't know what will." So obviously they've lost a lot of weight on the car. They're hoping to improve that from there. The thing about the Haas last year was it was a fantastic car for one lap and one lap only, and that's why it was so good in qualifying, but it would just burn through its tyres. And I think Kevin Magnussen struggled with that a lot more than Nico Hülkenberg did. We would always see him pitting very early for tyres. Something also very interesting that he said is the work on this car stopped for 2 months last season for Haas to work on the upgrade that they brought to Austin. Now, if you cast your mind back, this upgrade for Haas was massively kind of hyped up. Like, this is our big upgrade, this is it, because Haas famously normally only ever bring one upgrade per year, and this was their big upgrade that everyone was looking forward to. We waited for it, it turned up at Austin, and did nothing. And then we had a point in time where Nico Hülkenberg was in the old spec car, Kevin Magnussen was in the new spec car, and there was literally no difference in their performances apart from what is the drivers themselves. So the entire Haas factory stopped working on this car for 2 months to produce something that did absolutely nothing. Now, in terms of when will we see this car in real life? Well, they have a shakedown in Silverstone on the 11th of February, so I imagine we will see it there. Either Haas will put out official images, or there'll be some people scouting around Silverstone track itself, getting more sneaky shots. So we'll wait and see to see how that will go. Also from Ao Komatsu, we heard that the Bahrain testing, he's very much whatever the opposite of hyping is, de-hyping Haas's chances this year, saying that the Bahrain test isn't necessarily to find out how to make the car go faster, but it's more just generally understanding the car. It sounds awful. It looks like a nice car. It sounds like an awful beast, and I imagine they will be right at the back. Like everyone else imagines, they will be right at the back. But there you go. So let me know what you think of this car and what you think of Haas's chances. Can they reach the high heights of 9th in the Constructors' Championship? We'll have to wait and see. I'll have a playlist somewhere. I'll leave it in the description. It'll just be all the livery launches this season. So as more cars get launched, I'll add more videos to the playlist. Another video coming out today will be the best liveries of each current Formula 1 team. So check that out. And I'll be back tomorrow for the weekly news roundup. Although I feel we have discussed the biggest weekly news of this week, but there's still more to discuss, so come back tomorrow morning for all of that. Until next time, though, have a good one. I'll see you then. Goodbye.